I'm in the First Alert Weather Center with Rodney Harris. Oh, Rodney, that rain was coming down out there last night, and lots of rain out there this morning. We got a concern about flooding.
Well, you do indeed. So we are in a First Alert Weather Day, Gavir, for three reasons. The first is because of what you just mentioned. It's still raining, and it will continue to rain basically for the rest of the day, Gavir. In addition to that, as she mentioned, we also have a high risk of flooding with flash flood warnings that are already in effect. And then there's a third element as well, Gavir. There is a low-end risk of a severe storm later on today. It's not impossible, but it's a low-end risk, so we'll be watching for that as well. Let's get to First Alert Radar because the rain is out there already, and it basically will continue for the rest of your morning commute. So, Gavir, we did have a bit of a break in Metro Atlanta, but that's quickly coming to an end. A pretty small but heavy shower moving right over the city. These are all drifting toward the northeast. Cobb County showers for you if you have to hop on the 75 between Marietta and Kennesaw. We also have some heavier rain back east for those of you in Athens over at UGA. That red that you see on First Alert Radar indicating some very heavy rain. We did have some heavier rain in Forsyth and Hall counties. That has since moved out. So if you're in Gainesville, if you're in Flowery Branch, you're doing better. And then the south side of town, this is what we're watching here. These green boxes that you see, those are flash flood warnings. Active flash flood warnings that are in effect. So there are actually two. The first is for Heard County, Troup County, Meriwether County, Coweta, Fayette, South Clayton, South Henry, and Spalding counties. This expires at 9:15. The warning below it includes those of you in Lamar, Pike, and Upson counties, and that warning expires at 9:45. Right now, we're not seeing any actual reports of flooding in this warning area, but this is where the highest risk of flooding will be. And the heaviest rain has generally been further south, which is why these warnings are in effect. Although at this point, the only heavy rain I'm seeing in the warning right now is Coweta County. So if you're in Peachtree City and Noonan Heads up there, if you got to get onto I-85. So this will be the story basically for the rest of the day. I want to walk you through the high resolution forecast model as you drive to work between 7 and 8 o'clock this morning. That scattered rain will be out there. It will be heavy at times. Make sure and give yourself extra time as you drive to work. Even after the commute, the rain will continue throughout the rest of the morning. At lunchtime, we still have scattered rain out there. So here's what's going to happen this afternoon. The coverage of rain will start to go down, so everybody won't get wet this afternoon. However, we also have a little bit more juice later on today, south of I-20. So this stuff that you see down here in Troup County and LaGrange, also extending up into parts of Coweta County, Heard County, that little cell that you see down there, we're going to be watching south of I-20 very carefully. Even though the coverage will be lower this afternoon, this is also the time where you'll see the highest risk of a severe storm, but primarily damaging winds being the primary threat, maybe even an isolated tornado. So that'll be the story this afternoon. At 5 o'clock as you're driving home from work, same thing. The coverage of rain is low, but that's also the risk, the higher risk of thunderstorms. And then the final line of rain will move through around 7 o'clock this evening. So if you're headed out to dinner, we have about a 30% coverage of showers out there at 7 o'clock, and then that'll start to move out by 8 o'clock this evening. So this is our severe weather outlook, and you can see how our level 2 or higher risk is south of I-20 because that's where the juice will be later on today. And to be even more detailed, here's our tornado risk specifically, and that brown area that you see are the areas that I was telling you about. Troup County, Heard County, Lamar, Upson, Pike counties. You have the highest risk of seeing an isolated severe storm, maybe an isolated tornado later on this afternoon. That's not something you would have to worry about this morning. So today is our First Alert Weather Day. Temperatures will basically be steady throughout the course of the morning in the low 60s, upper 50s to low 60s. For Tuesday, all of this is out of here. It'll be cooler and windy. 56 degrees is your high tomorrow. As we get into Valentine's Day, it's looking fantastic. 62 will be your high, which means we'll be in the 50s around 7 o'clock for Wednesday evening. Enjoy Valentine's Day. Dry for Thursday and Friday, and we do have another First Alert Weather Day for showers that are in your forecast on Saturday. Here